Smallholder farmers face a lot of climate change, increasing temperatures, delayed and erratic rainfall. All this make crop growth and yield poor. Farming is becoming riskier. One strategy to deal with the vagaries of climate change is to grow a diversity of crops. Through IST Africa, you've been working with partners to investigate the many benefits of crop diversity. You're going to hear from farmers and researchers working in northeast of Zimbabwe. They share clear and practical insights on various aspects and benefits of crop diversity.
Farmer field scope would treat PVT, participatory varietal development. Takaitanga mu mwaka wa 2018 to 2019. Chine mbeu che ari ma certificate lines akabva ku CBI, Crop Breeding Institute. Saka pakuita watuita PVT yedu tine zvinangwa zvitatu zvatiri kuita ipapa. Toda kutsvaga mbeu inokasika kusvika kuti iri maturity. Toda mbeu ine mwenzi muhombe lachipaniko. Toda mbeu ine tsanga hombe lachigrain. Izvi zviri zvitatu zvinotibatsira kuti zvikakwanisa kubuda pambeu idzodzo tinowana guku rakanaka.
As an organization, we promote community seed banks across the country to empower farmers to have diverse seed access. As we have seen in other countries, climate change is also affecting our country. But what you have done, we have trained farmers to be able to diversify their farms. Community seed banks and the field gene banks are helping them so that at least they are able to obtain diverse food because in itself is a self-insurance mechanism for you to have something for your family. The other bit of our work is engaging the policymakers to start recognizing the importance of supporting community seed banks and also farmers managed seed system, because in Kenya this contributes the highest in terms of seed supply in the country. And through the seed banks, we have seen change in communities because they are able to produce diverse foods. They are able to provide their families with diverse vegetables and other crops. And we believe if this happens and continues and more farmers embrace it, then as a country we'll be headed to the right direction.
We have over 27 community seed banks in Uganda that we work with to introduce new diversity, but also to conserve their existing diversity. Our work in Uganda has also centered on women, having women participate in value chains, especially of seed production of neglected and underutilized species like pearl millet, like finger millet, like traditional leafy vegetables, which are traditionally the preserve of women. So women in Uganda are now participating in seed production. They are also participating in product development, value addition, and so we see that their lives have changed. It's not only a matter of food security at the household level, but it's also a matter of incomes, money in their pockets, and food on their plates.
The Gene Bank has got a mandate of conservation of crops or landraces that the farmers are growing in Zambia. And our mandate is to support the agriculture development, especially in the areas of crop improvement. So the materials that, the germplasm that we store in our gene bank are breeding materials that the breeders can use in their breeding programs. The other activities that we do in the gene bank, we do what we call on-farm activities or on-farm conservation of the materials. This is where we give support to the farmers in terms of technical backstopping of the material that they are growing. The reason why we are encouraging on-farm activities or on-farm growing of these local materials, we would like to increase the diversity the farmers have at a local level. Because we understand that once the farmers have so much diversity, it means that the farmers will be secure. They will spread the risk of having no food or having no good nutrition. The more crops that the farmers are able to grow with the advent of climate change, that increases their resilience.
There is a saying that diversity is the spice of life. In case there is an outbreak of diseases and pests, and if you have only one crop species, the likelihood that it can wipe out the crop species is high. So if we have a diverse crop species, what happens is that it serves as an insurance or a risk measure. Because these crop species have different genetic backgrounds, different alleles in their composition, you realize that some will die, others will survive. So those that survive, we can then depend on them for nutrition and our survival. So diversification of crops is really important. Countries have to share these genetic resources. For example, in Zimbabwe, I have seen a lot of materials that are in the hands of farmers. It's important to share these materials with farmers in Ghana, and farmers in Ghana also sharing materials with farmers in Zimbabwe. Same can be applied to countries in Kenya, Zambia. And if we do that, you realize that we will create more variability or diversity in the materials that we are sharing.
The cross-country exchange for us is extremely important because we get to learn what farmers are doing here and how they are doing it, and that knowledge can be shared with the farmers in Uganda. But most importantly, we also see the diversity and the traits that are present here that are not present in Uganda. And so we can organize how these materials can be exchanged in a legal way so that farmers here and farmers in Uganda have a wider genetic diversity.
You have been hearing different perspectives on the multiple benefits of crop diversity. You've seen that crop diversity enables increased adaptive capacity and reduced risks. Crop diversity helps increase the food supply, providing more nutritious and healthy food. It allows more income generation opportunities, increases seed security, and of course ensures better agrobiodiversity for future generations.